Hello everyone, and we're back. So we're going to do the larger jets that I've got made this time. Take a quick peek at them, just a little preview just before we get into all the individual jets. So we'll start with this guy, get right into it. This is the Boeing 727. Some of the new parts they added were lots of Mark III parts, and they did these big wings, big tail sections, kind of like airliner style. They also added a bunch of shuttle parts, like shuttle wings, shuttle tail. Okay, so we'll move along. And of course, 777 Boeing. Fortunately, airliners all look fairly similar. I don't even know if I'll bother flying these ones. I might. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one of them. I mean, if you see one, you've seen the other one. Well, I don't know. Well, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so E3. Kind of like a military cargo plane, the E3. And of course the E3 Sentry AWACS. Same jet, except it's got the radar dish on the back end. So there you go. E3 Sentry. Turned out pretty cool. I actually like that look a lot. Oh yeah, this was fun to design. B2 Spirit. Monster. This thing's huge. Its wingspan's almost as wide as the runway. And once again, everything I'm doing is stock. I am using no mods. I don't use mods. I don't use modded parts. I was never much of a mod kind of guy. I like to stick to vanilla games, and in true form I have stuck to vanilla KSP. So anything I've done with all of these jets you're going to see, you can do straight out of the box. You don't need to grab any mods, you don't need to download anything. All stock, nothing special, just a lot of creativity and kind of thinking out of the box for a lot of designs. And it also helps that I have 1,500 hours, so I have a lot of experience with this program. But anyways, B2 Spirit. Flies well, believe it or not. And of course, SR-71. We'll take this guy out for a spin also. And NASA STS shuttle. So I'm going to do a shuttle this time. It turned out really well. Looks pretty much just the way the shuttle does. It really helps that they added the shuttle parts. Now, I made the wings a little bit different. The two shuttle parts they added for the wings, oh, and the tail. They added this tail piece, which I just grabbed and stuck right on there. It looked good. So they added this big kind of wing here, and then they added a strake. The thing is, when you put it up against the shuttle, it's too small. Like, it works, it looks good, but it's too small. It doesn't look the way the NASA shuttle looked. So I had, not to mention, it kind of sticks to the middle. The way they've got the Mark III parts, they curve underneath. So when you stick just that plain wing with the strake, which I didn't even use, I didn't use the strake, and you want to put it on the bottom, which is the way the shuttle wing is. The shuttle wing comes off the bottom of the shuttle, not off the middle. It's too small. It starts from kind of like where this curve starts, and you lose like another quarter of it, so it really looks stubby. Like this wing, if I just used it stock, would probably come out to maybe here. From the bottom. In the middle part, it would probably come out to maybe here. But from the bottom, it would come out to here. It's just too stubby. So what I did was took this big wing and I copied it, I think 4 times. So this is a big wing. This piece is another big wing. I just rotated it. And then there's another section underneath and another section underneath. Yeah, so each wing, so there's 8 of the big wings in total on this thing. Rotated and clipped and whatever, and put together in such a way that it looks like one big wing. So basically, I made the wing out of 4 of this part here. Right here, this triangle. So I took 4 of those and made one wing, and then obviously the other side's just symmetrical, right? And of course I added these parts here just to give it a little bit of girth in the middle. Right. Everything else is pretty stock on this. I didn't need, because they came out with pretty much shuttle parts, you don't really need to mess around too much with it. The wing I needed to mess around with because I'm anal retentive and I wanted it to look like the space shuttle that NASA uses. So I had to screw around with that. Like the landing gears, these big landing gears are all stock now. Mark III cockpit, the cargo bay, which we can open. I don't have any cargo in there right now. At least I don't think so. No. There we go. Oh, and another thing that I need to do is, because I'm putting this wing on the bottom, it kind of clips through the cargo bay and it looks ugly, so I had to basically put together this fake floor in the cargo bay to make it look nice, because like I said, I'm pretty picky when it comes to aesthetics. So I had to put in a fake floor here just to make it look neat and tidy and the way I wanted it. So the trickiest part with this thing was getting the main boosters right. So we have the main shuttle boosters and we have the orbital maneuvering boosters here, or engines, the OMEs, orbital main engine, and the shuttle main engine, the SMEs, and they're on angles appropriately. Let's see, so monopropellant, maneuvering thrusters, etc., etc. Yeah, so it's the shuttle. The back end was the trickiest part, and the wing. The back end was really tricky just because this is a functioning shuttle. It has a booster, it has the fuel tank in the center, the solid fuel boosters or whatever. So we're going to take a payload in it in a future video and we're going to launch it, and I'll give you guys some tips on doing shuttles, because anyone who's tried to make a shuttle in Kerbal Space Program will know that they are a pain in the ass because they're asymmetrical. So you have this giant booster, or sorry, this giant fuel tank on the bottom, and then you have the 2 solid rocket boosters. So the center of mass is like way skewed. It's like way the hell over here, which is why the shuttle, even like the shuttle in real life, has these main booster rockets, or main shuttle engines. I keep calling them boosters. Anyways, they're on angles. They're gimbaled, just like Kerbal Space Program engines are also gimbaled, but they still come off on an angle. And that's because the center of mass is way the hell over here. That's also why the shuttle flies upside down when it launches, because you want the center of mass in line with the engines. If it were to fly sideways or right side up, the engines wouldn't be pointing the proper direction. They would have to point upwards. So you kind of have to fly it upside down. I mean, you have to. It's the only way the shuttles will launch properly. If they tried to launch it in any other orientation, it would crash. It would go all screwy, blow up in midair, crash into the ocean, whatever. It wouldn't make it to orbit, regardless, anyway. But we'll get into it when I make the video for the shuttle. So there you go. STS, NASA. Turned out really well. So there you go. So that's all of them. So that's the big jets that I made. So we got some commercial jets, the E3s, the B-2 Spirit, the SR-71, and the shuttle. So we're going to take a peek at those in a future videos. And thanks for watching. So I'll get back to you soon.